to be tightened up, but...
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ah, why is the room moving like that? Am I having a stroke?
His parts can replace yours.
Skate is a new game for the Xbox 360 and PS3 that lets you, well, skate.
Yeah. Grind this, flip that, whatever.
But this isn't the over-the-top cheese fest that the Tony Hawk games have become. In Skate, you play as a down-and-dirty boarder who's out filming when, well, this happens.
Oh my God.
Fortunately, medical science is here to bail you out.
You've taken quite a fall. Let's fix you up.
Just be thankful your character isn't a Christian Scientist. The game's opening sequence also introduces you to an all-star roster of up-and-comers like Paul Rodriguez and Chris Cole, as well as media hogs Rob and Big. That's synergy, people. Since this is a game from Electronic Arts, it's loaded with lots and lots of blunt product placement.
I need some information from you. Use this.
Since when did nurses have you fill out medical charts on a T-Mobile sidekick? There is a creative skater mode, but the novelty of outfitting your character with a cop mustache has long since worn off. And frankly, what's the point of making a character if they all have the vacant, dead-eyed stare of Laura Bush? But in the skating world, it's all about corporate sponsorship. Pick from a variety of edgy brands to help inform your sense of personal identity. Let's choose Almost, which is about 300 times cooler now that Ryan Sheckler left. Okay, the real question is, how does this thing play? Well, we love the low-to-the-ground camera. It truly makes you feel like the attention is on the board itself and not what you're wearing. However, it can make lining up certain grinds harder since the angle sometimes obscures your view. The trick system is also pretty different from Tony Hawk. Just like in real skating, the foundation of all tricks is the ollie, a hop that you can pull off with a flick of the right control stick.
Do a big ollie. Hold the right stick down until your knees are fully bent, and then flick it straight up.
Once you've mastered that, you can work into more advanced moves.
Dude, that was amazing.
Seemingly, that would work fine, but once you find yourself in an actual game of skate, where you have to exactly match the last guy's trick, things get ugly.
Ow.
Also, the crashes exhibit a surprising amount of awkward ragdolling. That's odd. Let's see what happens when we run into someone. For a first effort in what will surely be a long-running series, this is very good. But it's not quite polished enough to knock off the Birdman.
I had flat spots.
Skate gets 3 vertigo-inducing cutscenes.
It's our annual Jubba Jubba Jingle Jam.
Out of 5.
Hey, what does that commemorate again?
A destroyed city, a national disaster, thousands of people evacuated. No, this isn't a game based on the summer of '05. This macabre premise is actually the foundation of Skate It for the Wii. But you won't be sending in the National Guard and securing the town, rebuilding it from the ground up. Who would play a game based on metropolitan growth and management? No, the only thing left to do with the ruined city streets is to skate, man. Think of it as your own personal dog town, and you're the only Z-boy left standing. If you think this just sounds like an excuse to jump on the Wii balance board, you're pretty much right. But it's a great excuse, as it turns out that Skate It has got the kind of kick-turning, heel-flipping 50-50-ing action we've been looking for. Tagging along on your tour of Sandvan is your cameraman, advisor, and generally annoying sidekick.
That's all right. I talk a lot, man. I'll talk enough for both of us, so don't even sweat it.
If you can get past his constant barrage of attitude.
That was Butters, kid. Butterfresh. Buttery!
There's actually a lot to like about the game. While you can play the game with the remote, or the remote and nunchuck together, the best way to experience Skate It is with the balance board and remote. You'll use the board to steer and perform tricks, while the remote keeps your momentum up. I can't stress this enough. Play through the tutorials. Don't expect to jump on board and start ollieing right away. You're gonna have to get used to the controls. But the time you invest is well worth it, as mastery of the balance board offers more skating tricks than Heidi Fleiss on a longboard. This isn't to say that there are no faults with Skate It.
Can you hear my voice? Can you hear my voice?
Besides that guy, there's just no getting around the fact that this is an ugly, ugly game. I mean, look at it. But there are any number of games out there that spend far too much time and money looking good and end up playing badly. But for a game like this, where clearly so much effort went into the controls and fun challenges, how could the graphical element be so overlooked? It's really the only area of the game where you feel shortchanged, but it's a pretty big area. Like the area that you see when you play the game. Still, Skate It is a kick to play. If, like me, your childhood skateboard was mainly used as a reckless toy you'd hitch your dog to pull you down the street, this will give you the most realistic skating experience this side of a trauma center. Skate It earns 4 rail grinds.
You look so good, I want to sop you up with a biscuit.
Out of 5.
Hey, I gotta bounce. Late.
It's been nearly a year and a half since EA's Skate broke Tony Hawk's stranglehold on the video game market, and now Skate 2 is here to ensure that the franchise will be around for a very, very long time. Even though it's far from perfect, this is hands down the best skateboarding game on the market.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Skate 2 even has a storyline. It's been 5 years since the events of the last game, and you've been wasting away in a jail cell. Fortunately for you, it's time for your release.
Your lucky day, boy.
While you were incarcerated, the city of San Vanalona has been rebuilt after a series of devastating earthquakes.
And just so you know, we're in the new San Vanalona.
The new city isn't as skater-friendly as it used to be, so your challenge is to reclaim your fame and fortune amidst the urban sprawl. The best part of Skate 2 is the sheer amount of events, challenges, and places to discover. The game features some of the most imaginative set pieces this side of fully flared. It also has great community and online features, plus appearances from some of your favorite skaters like Eric Costin and Rob Deerdeck. And the best part, this game is completely free of the cloying corporate presence of Ryan Sheckler. Thank you, EA. However, a couple of small gripes. You can now jump off your board and run around.
We learned how to walk.
That might sound like a good idea, but the off-deck controls are stiff and frustrating. Did I just have a heart attack and die? And ultimately, this is simply a prettier version of the original. There are no radical reinventions here. In fact, it sort of feels like Skate 1.5. On the other hand, we're happy to have this series come back for seconds.
I got insatiable appetite and I gotta eat.
Skate 2 gets a 4 out of 5.
Here's something that won't exactly be a newsflash. Skate 3 is the best skateboarding game on the market.
Come on, we're doing this.
And no, that's not because Tony Hawk Ride sucks so hard. It's because developer EA Blackbox knows how to stay true to the series' classic formula while adding interesting twists. First off, the game has added an easy mode and a hardcore mode. The difficulty option essentially turns Skate 3 into a simulation game. Tricks must be performed at a lower height, it takes more pushes to achieve top speed, and your grinds have less suction on surfaces. Skate 3 takes place in the very, very fictional locale of Port Carverton. It's a city designed from the ground up to be a skater's paradise.
This is the state-of-the-art skateboarding program, man.
The plot of Skate 3 casts you as an experienced pro who is trying to build a board company from the ground up.
Let's start our own board company.
But you won't have to worry about economic conditions or financing. Instead, you can focus on making the cover photo just right.
All right, which ones do you like?
And learning how to get the shot.
Don't touch the camera with sticky candy hands.
Ah, sage wisdom. As you grow and sell more boards, you get to unlock new skaters.
What is wrong with me? This is just ridiculous. Oh, hey, man.
There are plenty of challenges to be had, and their layout this time is a lot of fun.
You're going to want to blast down this chute, hit that kicker, make the gap, and land into that bank.
We really like the ability to play through the career mode cooperatively, and there are still competitive modes to keep you entertained, plus the ability to upload your custom-built skate parks to share online.
Man, this is looking sick.
However, we were a little disappointed by the lack of evolution in the graphics department. Skate 3 looks pretty much the same as the last go-round. Plus, features like the Hall of Meat feel completely out of place. In this event, you compete to see how much bone-breaking damage you can inflict on your skater. I'm sure some folks might get a kick out of this, but it honestly feels antithetical to the realistic tone that the rest of the game worked so hard to create. Despite those gripes, this game is a blast to play. Maybe you can get some trading credit from that Tony Hawk peripheral skateboard, provided you haven't already burned it. Skate 3 gets a 4 out of 5.